Hey family. Now today we're going to talk about, in the Roman context, the Roman culture, what the third family dynamic was. You see, back then, it was a third of the population was bondservants or slaves. And so Paul is going to talk about this, but it's careful to say that he wasn't condoning slavery and he wasn't encouraging it. But what he's saying is how to operate in this current legal, cultural system that they were in when a third of the population was bond servants and actually were treated as part of the family. It wasn't like some other cases that we've seen or heard of slavery. It was a little bit different in the Roman context, and they were treated as part of the family. They lived in the house and everything. And so Paul, he's showing them how the bondservant, now that you're Christian, and the master, the earthly master, not the heavenly master, which is Jesus Christ, is supposed to treat each other now that they're Christian. Now, it's very important. Paul is not condoning slavery. He's not encouraging slavery. He's just showing it, if this is the context and legal system that you live in, this is how you do it as Christians, okay? So, and there's some application that we can use too from it, and I'll say that in a second. So it says in chapter 6, verse 5, it says, "Bond servants, obey your earthly masters with fear and trembling." Okay, so that, we have earthly master, and that's, which is authorities or things. Sometimes we have people that we're supposed to listen to today. That's the, kind of earthly master in a sense. So that is what it is, but it's not Jesus. With fear and trembling, with a sincere heart as you would Christ. Not by the way of eye service as people pleasers, but as bondservants of Christ, doing the will of God from the heart, rendering service with a good will as to the Lord, not to man, knowing that whatever good anyone does, this he will receive back from the Lord whenever he is a bondservant or is free. Masters, so now he's flipping to the other side. Do the same to them, and stop your threatening, knowing that he who is both their master and yours is in heaven, and that there is no partiality between them. So he's saying, look, you guys are living in this legal cultural system, but now you're Christians. And so how you treat each other has to be different, because even though like you're technically his boss right here, you both have the same boss, and the same boss isn't showing partiality to either one of you. So you better watch how you treat each other, because that's how the Bible says that we're supposed to love our brother, love our neighbor. And if you're not doing that, you might think you're the boss now, but one day you're going to know who the real boss is. Now, here's some application for us, because we don't live in that culture, we don't live in that context, but it's some spiritual application of just obeying authorities. People who have control over our lives, who can tell us what to do, and we have to, Romans 13 says we have to obey the governments, obey the authorities. So we have to be submissive and act like a Christian towards them. Sometimes it's not always, they're not always nice to us, but we have to act like a Christian to them and love them, because the bottom line is we don't serve them. Even though we're in this system, we have to do it to an extent. This is who we ultimately serve, and that's God. So Paul was not condoning it. He was not encouraging it. But he's showing them to, when you live in a system and you have authorities over you, earthly authorities over you, to obey your earthly authorities and love them like Jesus. All right, family. You guys have a blessed day.